Have you heard of AUT? Do you know what it stands for? Very good. Do you know what it used to be called? It used to be called the Auckland Institute of Technology, and it's been a university for the last 10 or 11. It was first became a university in 2001. Before that, it was a polytechnic. But we got university status about 10 years ago. We're New Zealand's newest and youngest university. That means we're very proud of the way that we do things a little bit differently. Here at Ormiston, you guys have a different way of learning and a different style. We're probably a little bit different compared to other universities. Our classes are smaller and they're more sort of hands-on and practical as opposed to the more traditional universities. So when I talk about our university compared to the others, I'm not going to say which is better, which is worse, okay? I'm going to say what our core differences. You guys are in a really lucky position that this is the year where you get to choose what you're going to do at university. And it's something you should be really excited about, but it is something that you should do a lot of shopping around for. So listen to me, have a talk to me about the course that you want to do, but also talk to other alternative courses. Is anyone here thinking about nursing? What's so funny about nursing? Here we go. If you're thinking about nursing, it's a very competitive course, and there's about 4 institutions that offer nursing as a course. Our advice is to apply to as many of them as possible, and then if you get 3 offers from them, then you can start to choose and say, well, you know what, I'm going to choose this one. But it's better to have those choices rather than being like, I'm going to put all my hopes on getting into that course and then not getting in, and then just being in floods of tears, not knowing what you're going to do with your future. So as I said, we're New Zealand's newest and youngest university. We have 4 campuses. Does anyone know where our 4 campuses are? Manukau. We do have one. It's a brand new campus in Manukau. Yep, Auckland City, so Wellesley Street. If you get off Wellesley Street exit, we're just down there. Bingo. So that's where we do all our health sciences. It's on the North Shore, and sport and recreation. Also teacher education. And then we have one more, which most people don't know about, which is the Millennium Campus, which is where all our high-performance athletes train. So a lot of the research that goes into those who made the Olympics, and we're training for the Olympics, they will train up at the Millennium Institute, which if you know where Ormiston College is, it's just down the bottom from there. It's in Mairangi Bay. So that's our Manukau campus. It's very close to here. It's just over the other side of the motorway, basically. And there you can study computer science, some early childhood and primary teaching qualifications as well, and first year sport and recreation. A lot of first year papers are being offered there, and then you have to go into town or over to Akaranga to study the rest, but it's actually quite nice for the first year if you want to stay close to home and not travel so far. That's an option for you. The other thing about the Manukau campus is it's the only university in South Auckland. There's MIT, that's Polytech, but we are the only university. So here is what you can study. And I'm going to go through each one. But just out of interest, who's thinking about art and design? Okay, business and economics.
Does that include businesses?
Yep. Communications, journalism and media studies. Computer and mathematical sciences. Creative technology. conjoint degree and a double degree. These are our list of conjoint degrees, which means that you can do 2 degrees at the same time in the space of about 4 years instead of taking 6 years to study. So it means the papers sort of interweave with each other and you can get cross credits. So here are some examples of those. So for example, if you're thinking, like you said, you wanted to do accounting, but you wanted to be maybe in the sports industry, you could do a Bachelor of Sport Rec and a Bachelor of Business conjoint degree, and then you could maybe do, maybe working for, I don't know, Netball New Zealand or Rugby, New Zealand Rugby League, where some of our graduates are. Again, there's one there, Bachelor of Business and Bachelor of Health Sciences and Psychology. If you're thinking about how businesses work, that's something that you might look at doing. Okay, a lot of facilities we have on campus. You can see there that on the right, we've got gyms on our campuses. We've of course got cafes. Pico, you can see that down in the bottom corner next to Smoke Free. Pico is actually a cafe that's run by students that are doing the hospitality management course. So all the food in there is prepared by students as part of their coursework, as is our restaurant, which is called Four Seasons. There is a health clinic there, which is free for students as well. So admission requirements. As you can see there, you need to make sure you have your level 1 maths credits, 14 credits. You need that to enter university. You also need your level 2 English credits. If you don't have these, you don't get university entrance. Okay, I can't stress that enough. If you don't have the credits, you don't get university entrance. So if you don't currently have all your level 2, because you're all year 13, right? Or is there some year 12s? Some year 11s as well. So if you don't have, if you're a year 13 and you don't have your level 2 English credits, get them now. Get them at the start of the year. Don't wait and go, oh no, sweet, I'll just wait until July, August. Get them now and make sure that they're in your pocket. And then you need a minimum of 42 credits. This is actually going to change. If you're in year 11 or 12, it's actually going to change the entry requirement into university. It's going to go up to 56 credits the following year. Okay. So it sounds like, oh, getting 42 credits isn't difficult. Okay, most of you sitting in this room should be able to get that. So 56 as well. So you need 14 credits in each of 2 approved subjects, and the remaining from 14 from the maximum of 2 subjects at level 3. You need to talk to Mrs. Treadwell about the approved subject list. There is a list out there, but you need to make sure that it's you've got, you need to make sure you get 14 credits from the approved subject. Okay, some of our courses are a little bit tougher to get into. At AUT we don't do ranked scores. I'm not going to explain ranked scores to you because we don't do them. However, Auckland University does. So make sure when Auckland University comes and they're talking about ranked scores, you ask them, and they'll explain it to you, you ask them what they are. But for us, we just look at how many credits you have. So for example, if you want to get into the Bachelor of Communication Studies, it's one of the most competitive courses that we have. The applications close off at the end of September, it's that popular, and you need 60, they'll close the places, obviously you don't have your results at that stage. But they'll say, they'll make offers providing that you get these marks here. So 60 NCA level 3 credits over 4 subjects, and then 18 NCA level 3 credits including merits of excellence in a language-rich subject, such as history or English and media studies. So that's something that you have to be wary of. If you're thinking about doing teaching, you'll actually need 2 character references to make sure that you're fit to work with children, and also a police check. So if you're thinking about teaching, don't, because everyone that works in schools has to have a police check. And to go further into it, you can actually fail your police check, but like people need to know that you're safe around children. So if you're involved in petty shoplifting when you were 15, it's not going to count against you. However, if you've done something which is going to make you unsafe around children, okay, that's obviously, they're going to say, no, we don't want you around the future of New Zealand. Okay? Okay, same with paramedicine. Okay, paramedicine, obviously, if you're working for an ambulance. Okay, first degree I'm going to talk about is Bachelor of Business Studies. You can see there that we have majors. Now, do we know how university works? When you go to university, usually you're doing a 3-year degree, sometimes 4 years, depending on what sort of degree it is. When you go there, you have, for a degree, it's very broad. So, for example, I've got a Bachelor of Arts, but that doesn't actually mean that I know anything about art. I specialised in 2 subjects, history and political science. They're called my majors. If you do a Bachelor of Business, you have to choose your majors. So here you have the list of majors that you can choose. Accounting, advertising, business information systems, design, economics, etc. It's up to you to choose them. At AUT, you do get a range of subjects that you have to take in your first year, and then a couple of options as well. So you'll get actually a chance to try most of these, and you don't really need to choose your major until your second year. Most of these are fairly self-explanatory about what you can do. Advertising is something that's not offered at all universities. It's a new major for us from just recently. You can see that sustainable enterprise is now a new major as well. So there's lots of different fields that you can go down if you're looking at Bachelor of Business. What sets us apart, what makes us different from other universities, is you have to do what's known as a co-op placement. That means for 9 weeks or so, you have to work full-time in a business. So you might ring up, you do get help for this, but you might work with Vodafone, and you're going to be working maybe in their advertising department. You might work for PricewaterhouseCoopers, a really big accounting firm. You might work for, a huge multinational. What this means, you don't always get paid for it. Some of our students do get paid for it. What this means is that you have real life experience going into your first job. So when you go into these businesses, they're going to, give you some sort of rating and all the rest of it. But the main thing is you're getting experience, and it's those sorts of experiences that get you jobs. It really is about who you know when you're going for those first jobs. It's not about what degree you have, it's about who you know. The degree helps, the degree definitely helps, but you need someone that rings up. So if you, say, went for a job at Vodafone, you were working for Vodafone, and then you decided afterwards that you're going to apply for a job there, there's someone in that organisation that knows you, that you can use as a reference. Or you might apply for a job at Telecom, and this guy over here has actually worked at Telecom before he came to Vodafone. So it's about making those connections, which we're very proud of with our co-op placements. You also do that in a few other degrees as well, which I'll talk about as we go through. Any questions about the Bachelor of Business? Here's one of our graduates, what she has to say. The co-op placement in my final year gave me an overview of how business of this scale operate and the opportunity to apply in areas and processes learned in my studies. So she's now working for Pumpkin Patch, children's thumbs. Okay, she's doing very, very well. Next degree we're going to talk about is the Bachelor of Laws, and I know a few girls up the front are interested in this. You can do that law degree at a lot of New Zealand universities. What sets our one apart is we have very small classes. If you go to Auckland University, you'll be in a lecture theatre with probably 200-300, sometimes even more people. You'll sit there, and it'll be a lecture theatre like this, except a lot bigger, and there'll be a lecturer up the front who will be lecturing away, and then you'll have tutorials, which will be smaller. You'll also then have to qualify to get into second year course. AUT is not like that. We have smaller classes from the start, and then we also, once you're in, we're providing you pass. You don't have to ascertain a certain level, and there's not sort of a cut-off. So we have a few people from Auckland University that transfer over for their second year. It's a new degree. We've just started this degree. Our first graduates just graduated in December, and they're about to go out into the workforce. We do have people on our advisory boards that are telling us what law firms want these days. So as a degree, it's very up to play with what the industry wants. So it really is, again, if you're doing law, most universities in New Zealand, I think, apart from Massive, offer law. I'm not entirely sure. If you're going to do law, make sure you shop around. Look at the differences. Look at the way. I think at Ormiston you guys are very aware of your own learning styles. So think about the way you learn and think, is this the university that I want to do it at? We do have a bit more of a focus on the commercial aspect, but that's not to say that we don't do the court work as well. So being embarrassed, you can still do that if you do a law degree at AUT. The thing about once you have a Bachelor of Laws, do you know how in America, they go and sit the public bar? To practice, they have to go and sit the state bar exam. In New Zealand, you actually have to do the same thing. Once you leave university, you have to do a thing called profs, or your professional exams, and that happens once you actually leave the university, and they're not administered by the university. So you have to go and do that before you practice in lawyer. So you can see there that we encourage the students to do internships over the summer, and this is one of our students, Hannah, who's done that, and she's written for the New Zealand Law Journal, which, getting your name out there is really key. Any questions about the law degree? Okay. Science degree. Now, what's different between us and, say, Auckland University about science is that we're much more of an applied science university. If you want to study sort of pure science, you want to do a lot of research, we're probably not the right university for you, with the exception of marine biology and astronomy. What we're looking at is if you're thinking about doing a career in public health, so if you want to be those people, if you've seen those target programs where they go around and they swab all the different stuff, and they go and make sure that the food that you eat in the local bakery is safe to eat, a lot of that stuff, a lot of food protection officers come through our science program. As you can see, there's a wide range of things you can do, and we're very keen to promote girls into the science field as well. So any girls that want to do science, please look at AUT, and also for the engineering course. Wrong way. So here's Jared. He's studying ecology and conservation, and he is being paid to do a lot of the field trips. If you do something like science, usually it does have very good field trips that go along with it. We also offer the Bachelor of Medical Laboratory Science. Otago University is the other university that does this. But if you want to be the person who finds out what the diseases are when a doctor sends it off for it, the swabs off and all the rest of it, if you want to be the one conducting the tests, this is the degree for you. So again, it's a very specialised degree, but you're working in the field from the beginning. Bachelor of Sport and Recreation, as I said, it's based in Akaranga on the North Shore. However, first year in some papers you can do at Manukau. You can see there our majors: coaching, health and physical education, management, outdoor education, physical activity and nutrition, sport and exercise science. Health and PE is sort of aimed at those that want to be PE teachers. However, there's a wide range of options there, and it's one of those things that's getting more and more popular because there's a lot more money being put into sport, mainly because we're getting bigger and we need people to get smaller instead of bigger. We need people to become healthier in New Zealand. So the sport and recreation degree, the job market is always growing. broken down into three fields. You've got the School of Healthcare Practice, which has paramedicine, so a few could be in the ambulance, nursing, which is fairly self-explanatory, and midwifery, which is catching babies. Better term. So yeah, that's a specialised part of the School of Healthcare Practice. We also have the School of Rehabilitation and Occupational Therapy. Does anyone know what a podiatrist is? What part of the body they deal with? I'll give you a clue, we're bipedial. All of us are. Yeah, they deal with the legs. Most people think that they just deal with the feet, but you actually deal. I've got a hip problem at the moment. I swear I'm not that old. But I've got a problem with this muscle going down there, and that can actually be dealt with through a podiatrist. Okay, so it's mainly focused on the legs down, how you run, how you walk. Physiotherapy is the whole body. Occupational therapy deals with people who have had an accident or they've got some sort of condition, and you're trying to return them to get into the real world. So that might be someone falls off his motorbike or her motorbike and being injured and damaged. How do you get them back to working so that they can actually live a normal life? So that's what occupational therapy is about. And then finally we have the School of Public Health and Psychosocial Studies. Oral health. We have different courses in there that in the old days, even before your parents were at school, they had what was known as dental nurses, which is still at some schools, but the dental nurses used to sort of do an apprenticeship. Now you go to university and you become a dental hygienist and do the same sort of thing. So it's sort of, you're working, as you can see there, with people. You can go up doing fillings and getting people's mouths back into shape. Obviously you can't do the orthodontic work, so you can't put people braces or anything like that. We have psychology, health promotion, and applied mental health, which a few older people sort of go into this applied mental health route. Any questions about that? Very quiet. So the next faculty is Faculty of Design and Creative Technologies. The Bachelor of Design is a very, very competitive course. It's one of our key courses at AUT that we're very, very proud of. As you can see there, there's different majors. You've got spatial design. Does anyone know what spatial design is? What is it? A little bit louder. Yeah, it's sort of more the interior architecture. Well, it's how you design spaces. So it's not architecture. You can't design buildings and send them off to an engineer, but it's designing the space. Okay, so you might design an interior. So there's a little bit of interior architecture, a little bit of design, landscape architecture as well. It's designing the space around the place. Graphic design is obviously quite self-explanatory. You're working with computers as is digital. Product design, you're looking at taking the product and putting it on the market. Fashion design is fairly self-explanatory if you want to be designing clothes and so forth. And the thing about fashion design is there's not a lot of jobs in New Zealand. Most graduates go overseas, and there's actually a really big AUT fashion design community in New York. But a lot of people, if I was wanting to be a fashion designer, I'd want to be in New York designing clothes. Each year we have what's known as Rookie, which is a fashion show, and all AUT students put on this really amazing fashion show. It is like a small scaled out version of something that you get in New York. What there is a lot of work in New Zealand for is the textiles major. So people sort of think, textiles is boring, it's just kind of carpets and so forth, but it's not. Most surfaces that you have are some sort of textile. So this carpet is a different type of textile, the sheet is a different type of textile, the shirt is a different type of textile. Now you're looking at what makes these textiles, and you're looking at how millions and millions and millions of dollars was designed to make the gear that they perform in, the gear that they train in. So that fibre that, makes the sweat just disappear, it's made out of eco-friendly materials, all that sort of stuff is a really big industry now. And in New Zealand, because we have such a big wool industry, it means that we're able to produce textiles because of it. Now, if you're doing a Bachelor of Design and a Bachelor of Visual Arts, which I'll talk about shortly, you need to produce a portfolio. And if you're going to look at this degree, you need to start thinking about your portfolio now. Because the portfolios that come in, I've had a look at some of them, and I'm looking at them and I'm like, wow, these 17-year-olds producing this work, it's fantastic work that they produce. And I'm sure the people that are sitting here could produce that sort of work, but you need to start thinking about it now. Some people just do a rush job and the other ones don't get in. I'll talk to Mrs. Treadwell a little bit later in the year, but we have a portfolio day at the university in July. We haven't decided on the date yet. We actually get the lecturers and the people who are choosing, people that get to come based on portfolios, we get them to look at your portfolios and you can go in there and say, what do you think about this? And they'll say, well, you know what, that piece probably isn't what we're looking for, but I really like this piece. Have you got anything else that looks like that? And the people that go to the portfolio day usually have a really good chance of getting it. You have there Olivia, Sam, and then we've got the Bachelor of Visual Art, painting, photography, print and sculpture. Again, a portfolio is required to do this, but again, a very, very good course. So highly oversubscribed, which means a lot of people go into it. Next course that I'll talk about is the Bachelor of Communication Studies. You have different, this is the only communication studies course at a university in New Zealand. Christchurch Polytech has broadcasting school, which is slightly different and just focused on broadcasting really. This is they're just about to open a communications building, which costs $100 million and has something like 400 TVs. And we've got an open day of that coming up on the 23rd of March. But this building, you walk around and it's just, you kind of feel, we've just gone and the plastic isn't even off the seats yet. And we've gone there and we've had a look around the place. There's a television studio in there. There's a couple of rooms with green screens, where you stand in front of it and they'll put images up behind you. So if you start running, they'll put some sort of image up behind you, little big bears chasing you, that sort of thing. So they've got all the bells, they've got all the toys and all the whistles. You can see the different majors there. Advertising, creativity. If you want to get into advertising, there's two methods you go down. You're like my brother, who is in the suit, and he goes out and gets the business and kind of schmoozes with all the clients. And then you have the creators, and they're the people that are like, what can we do for that ad? So I'm not sure if you ever saw the Hungarian internet ads, where they're like, oh, we can get cheaper internet in Hungary. Well, that's actually, my brother was involved in that campaign and went viral in Hungary. But the people that came up with that, they're the creators. My brother's just the one that then goes and sells it to the people who, to the company that wanted that ad. Again, if you're doing this course, you get to go out in industry. You'll be working with TVNZ, Prime Television, TV3, Multi Television. We've got really good relationships with the industry. And if you're doing radio, you'll be looking at Media Works and the radio network. This guy worked with Tonga Pacifica, and he's doing pretty well now as a director and a reporter. Now, people shudder a little bit when I put this slide up, computing and mathematical sciences, because they think they need to be an uber geek to be part of this. But it really is not that bad. So in the Bachelor of Mathematical Sciences, you'll see that we have astronomy, and we have two radio telescopes just near Warkworth. And the guy who runs the astronomy course is a Russian guy called Sergey. And he sort of speaks a bit like a James Bond villain. He's a great guy, but he'll be talking. And Engineering. We've got two different ways of doing engineering at AUT. We offer most of the majors that you get at other universities. We don't, however, offer civil engineering. Civil engineering is putting a building up. We're not putting the building up, making sure the building stays up, which is obviously pretty important. We offer bioelectronic, electrical, electronic engineering, and mechanical engineering, and that's in our Bachelor of Engineering honours. These are a little bit more academic. They're a little bit harder than Bachelor of Engineering Technology. This is a little bit more hands-on, and you're actually doing stuff. You're doing more practical stuff most of the time. You're not doing as much research, but still, it's still a very good degree to have. A lot of the people, as you'll see here, he's done his honours degree and now he's a PhD student. A lot of people that choose AUT haven't come from the most academic of backgrounds. They've been drawn to it by its really practical nature. But as you can see here, this guy's gone on, he's really enjoyed what he was studying, and he's gone on and he's now doing a PhD, which is a doctorate. So at the end of his research, he'll be a doctor of The Bachelor of Creative Technologies is a new degree, and I think it's something that you guys will find quite interesting. Now, usually at university, you're working by yourself most of the time. Sometimes in different courses you might have to do a little bit of group work, but this course is all group work. You're going in to design different things, and you're working in a big group to design these things. If you listen to anyone that's in education at the moment, I'll talk about how group work and cooperation is essential. This is the course that they're trying to promote as part of that. It's very unique. It's we're the only university in New Zealand to do it. What you'll be doing in the course, Fisher and Paykel, we're working with industry, and Fisher and Paykel went out to the university and they said, look, can you come up with a different incubator design so that when there's premature and sick babies, we have a different model of incubator. And that's what Bachelor of Creative Technology was working on last year. So it's all encompassing. You look at the sort of marketing side of it, you'll look at the creation of it, you'll look at sort of the engineering part of it, the computer modeling part of it. So you get the whole sort of overflow from it. You don't specialise specifically. You don't go down one route specifically, but you tend to get a very broad outline. So as old Nick Redwood said there, it's given them the chance to further develop skills I already have and show people what I can do. It's great that I can build my professional career while studying. I would like to make my own projects, inventions and development something thinking creative. So if you're sort of an entrepreneur, this is the sort of course that you'd be interested in. Teacher education is mainly based over in Auckland, but we do have Pacifica and early childhood education out at Manukau as well. If you do primary teaching degree, it's 3 years and you'll come out with a Bachelor of Education. If you're interested in teaching secondary school students, you do your degree in the subject that you'd like to teach. So if you want to be a science teacher, you do a degree in science, and then you would do a graduate diploma afterwards, and that gives you the right to teach in New Zealand. You actually need to get a teaching diploma before you can go forth and teach. Any questions about that? There's Dylan there, who's teaching me some more. You know why the schools have normal in their name? Because right back in the old days, when you went to Teachers Training College, these Auckland Normal Intermediate and Epsom Normal Primary School, these were schools that were attached to teaching colleges, and so it's not normal because they've got normal kids there. For some reason it was normal because they've got training colleges next to them. This is one of my favourite schools at the university. I really enjoy taking students around the school because they're always doing something that's fantastic. We have a Bachelor of International Hospitality Management, and you can do accommodation, event management, food and beverage, human resources, marketing and tourism. There's about 4 floors of kitchens that you work with on this one, and also if you're doing tourism, it's more, so you're doing more lectures and so forth. But you go around and it's a really, you can see people that are just going to go straight into industry afterwards. It's a great school. There's 2 courses there. Those are the 2 that you only need level 2 for, the Diploma in Culinary Arts and the Diploma in Patisserie. If it's Diploma in Culinary Arts, it's basically to become a chef. Diploma in Patisserie is if you're going to become a pastry chef, or if you want to learn the art of making desserts, like those delicious desserts up the top. That's what you'll be studying. You've got also the Bachelor of Arts Astronomy and the Bachelor of BA in Culinary Arts. One of the first tours that I took around AUT when I started working there was around this building, and I'm not sure, do you guys do food technology yet? Imagine that, but on steroids. So you get these beautiful cuts of meats when you're doing it. You get a chance to work at the restaurant there, the Four Seasons. You also get a chance to work at Pico, which is the cafe. So it's a really cool school, and if anyone's thinking of doing it, please give me a call when you go on tour around it. I really enjoy doing it as well.
Is he studying that?
Yeah, he's studying Somali. Yep. So he's stuffing the wine. There's 2 ways you can do that. Obviously, you have to be 18 to do that part of the course. But there's 2 ways you can do that. Most professionals will actually split it out. So take a sniff, look at colour, drink, and then they'll split it out. So that guy does not spend his whole time just drinking through all those wines. I'm sure he'd love to. I'm sure there's academics at the university that have been able to do that, but not at AUT. Finally, we've got the BA, Bachelor of Arts in Language and Culture. Major languages there are Chinese, Japanese, and sign language. You can do Spanish at AUT, but only as a minor. You can only do it in the first year, and I think they're running a 2nd year course next year. So you can't actually do Spanish as a major. There's international studies, interpreting, translation, and so forth. New Zealand Sign Language. You know, I always assumed that sign language was the same all around the world. Because it's signing. It's not. Each country has its own sign language. American Sign Language is different from New Zealand Sign Language. And there's actually, there's Kelston Deaf School up the top there, isn't it? Yeah. But there's actually a difference between North Island speech or sign and South Island Sign Language. Amazing. We also have a BA in conflict resolution that's going into courts and so forth, or into trade union disputes. So, for example, the wharfies down on the waterfront had a dispute. People trained in conflict resolution and bring 2 parties together. Criminology, if you want to go into a life of crime, study criminology. Teach you how to be a good criminal. Just saying that as a right and still listening to me. Criminology is looking at the behaviour of criminals. What makes a criminal do what he does. And then it also looks at the punishment that criminals get. Does jail work? Is locking someone up going to be good for society? That's what criminology looks at. Psychology, you can do it a BA or a B Science, but if you do psychology in the Bachelor of Arts, it's more looking at the behavioural aspects rather than the scientific aspects. And then you have social sciences as well. I'm actually doing postgraduate work, so I'm studying towards a postgraduate diploma in social sciences, and I'm doing economic development, so seeing how economies are working in the developing world. Our final faculty is the Faculty of Multi-Development. You'll see here you can do 2 majors in multimedia or multi-development. If you decide to do TAO at AUT, you can actually do it for free. So it's one of the only, well, it's the only free course that you can do at AUT University. All the other courses cost money. And if you are part of the Te Aroha department, you learn via iPad. It's a very technologically advanced department. You need to make sure, you really need to make sure right now that you are on the track to make sure that you're not cutting anything
So are the subjects that you're doing this year going to help you get into university? That's really important. And not just AUT, because we'd love you to come to AUT, but any university that you choose. I've got last year's dates on there, because we don't actually have the cut-offs for this year. But if you want to do Bachelor of Design, you need to apply by early September. If you want to do Bachelor of Communication Studies, you need to apply for before the 30th of September. It's not cheap to go to university. It's not expensive compared to American universities. Does anyone know how much a year in America would cost? How many thousands? 30, 40,000 is what you're paying for a good university in the States. Just a good one. A friend of mine did her Masters at Columbia, which is a very good university, and she came out with a student loan of $75,000 for 18 months. $75,000, and it's US dollars. So it's about 85, 90 grand. So, comparatively, New Zealand university is quite cheap. It's, depending on your course, it's about $5,000 to $7,000 a year. Study Bank will come out and talk to you guys probably at some stage and talk to you about student loans as well. But it is expensive, so you need to make sure the decision that you make is the right decision. We do have faculty scholarships. Do look into them, apply to them. We don't run, as in the liaison me, I don't run any of these scholarships, but I can help you get information about them. Just talk to Ms. Treadwell and she can sort it out. But what we do run is the Vice Chancellor's Scholarship. I'm not sure if we've got one allocated to you guys yet, because this is your first year of Year 13s. I'll talk to our speed, see if there is one available. But the significant student scholarships are available to you. They're contestable. Anyone in the Auckland region can apply for them. So if you've done a lot of work for your school, if you've been involved in lots of different things, if you've been involved actively in your community and you've been doing well academically, you can apply for these scholarships and they will pay for your fees at university, and that makes a huge difference. Where can you live? I think most of you will probably live at home. This is more for people that live far out. But if you're living right out that way, out at Maraetai, further out that way, I don't know where people come from around this area, but if you're living furthest out, you might want to look at Wellesley Street Apartments. They're right in town. We also, if you're going to be at university on the North Shore, you might look at the Akaanga Village. And then we have all these different things, all this different support at the university for you. So we do have Chinese centre, we've got chaplains, and that's not just Christian chaplains, we've got chaplains covering most religions. There's scholarships offers, multidisciplinary support, and then you can also get help with jobs and career planning. Disability student support service is also very important. So obviously there's the social life part of it at university. 18, 19, you can do things that you couldn't do when you were 16 and 17. You can be a little bit more free, maybe a little away from home. You can see there's a phone party going on down there. There's lots of different things. The more active you are at university, the more you will get out of it. The more networks you create. It doesn't just have to be about parties as well. There's lots of different clubs that you can join and have a lot of fun with. Really expand your networks. Is there any language that I've talked about today that you're like, huh? What's he talking about? Because no one ever really explains this to you at any stage. So is there anything on there? I'm sure. Okay. Just finally, if you need any help, you can come to our student centre, which is on the Wellesley Street campus. You can also, Ms. Treadwell has my card. You're more than welcome to contact me either by phone, email is probably better. If you want to come and have a look around the campus, around the specific course, we can arrange that for you. We may be able, I hope it's better that you come and during the weekday, obviously, because I don't work weekends to start off with. And also, nothing happens in the university around weekends as well. So have a look and see if you can arrange something. Maybe you've got some free periods in the afternoon or something. Or maybe Mrs. Treadwell can arrange a visit if there's enough of you and you can go around the campus. I'll probably come back at some stage later on in the year to help you with the application process. We're on a system called Ario, and we will be running information centres, and all that information, I'll make sure Mrs. Treadwell has all that information for you guys so that you can put it in the school notices or however you guys transmit the information. So, any questions? There's quite a lot of information that's taken. I talk non-stop. You probably fell asleep at some point, kind of woke up, and you're like, I'm still here. Please just come to me with any questions that you need. Email me, more than happy to help. Also, just bring up the university. We want students to come, so we'll make it as easy as possible for you.
Right, so anyone have any questions before we let down the line before we go back to class? No? Well, thank you so much for your informative and entertaining presentation. It's like, I want to go back to class again. But for those of you who came a little bit later and don't have the prospectus, Andrew's bought several with him, so please take one with you. And just make use of Mrs. Treadwell, myself, and also the website, the really good website that AUT has set up.
I also have these starter capture cards. If you want to find out more about a specific course, fill these out before you go and hand them back to me. Or you can free post it. Just put it in the post box when you get there. And we'll send you specific. This prospectus here is very broad. But we actually have prospectuses for every department as well, which aren't quite as thick, but they have information on each specific major. So we can send that out to you as well. That prospectus is hot off the press. Literally, it came off the presses about a week ago. So one of the first steps to have it.
Well, before you go, could you just please show your appreciation